SundialGrowers, the great cannabis stock that has now become a penny stock once again. What is left? What can we do? Is it still worth investing money into this? Let's talk about that. So friends, when talking about SundialGrowers here, SNDL ticker on this one, I have always been very bullish on this one, but when I even say the word bullish, I'm talking like X into the future here. But Sundial is a stock right now that is just pretty much on a downtrend. There's not a lot that's been happening. It's been playing around this 80 cent to 60 cent range here for the past few months. Now, oddly enough, I came across an article where they're saying that Sundial should double here in the next few quarterlies, and I thought that was very interesting because I remember reading about 3-4 months ago how Sundial does right now have a lot of things in the oven cooking. They are a company that is still very much active. They are trying to get their bones in gear here with what they're trying to do as a cannabis company. And obviously cannabis is still not legal everywhere. There's still a lot of rules: when, why, how, with, who you can use it with. So that is what you're dealing with right now when you're investing into a cannabis stock right now that's so cheap, that is getting itself in gear. And remember, this is not a very old company. This is a very new company with a very slick look, with a very nice aesthetic feel to it. But let's look at the charts. Let's go over some money, and let's see why we should be bullish on this or we should be bearish on this. So one positive note here, and this is going to be the obvious thing, that cannabis is a growing sector each year. It's not going anywhere. It grows each year. It gets legalized more and more every year. It's just growing and it's growing. So it's not going anywhere. Now, Sundial has reported that it has cash and equivalents as of $885 million with the second quarter here, which is helping it grow. Now, that's not new news. That's kind of, we've known about that, but it's still really positive, really good news. Usually when you see a company, a stock this cheap, you're usually reading some pretty bad news. Now, if you've been here with Sundial or you're new with Sundial, back in February of this year, we had Sundial hit right under this big markup, almost hitting a $3 bid price. And with that, they did 2 stock offerings back to back, which that shot a lot of money, cash, into their account at that point. And since then, we have just watched this slowly fall apart because there hasn't been a ton of news to really drive up the stock. They've had some deals, some partnerships come out, but not a lot to really drive this thing. And the quarterlies haven't been tremendous, but they also haven't been tremendously bad either. Now, with this article, surprisingly, this is a pretty positive article. They're bringing both sides, good, bad, but in the end, they are saying that they believe Sundial should snap back into at least, bringing back into $1 here, saying that it's going to double here. And one thing that Sundial does, it also invests in other cannabis companies, somewhat of a partnership, to where they will receive money payment back from those investments. And with those investments, so far they have reached $25.2 million from those investments. So really good news there. This company, they're not just selling cannabis products, but they're also investing in other cannabis sectors, companies. They're bringing in a lot of money in different ways here, but kind of just the one big broad span of this sector, which is cannabis at the end of the day. But one thing that really attracts me to SundialGrowers, they are just the slickest looking cannabis company out there, and I really believe that they cater to the female cannabis user a lot more than the male cannabis user, because they are really, really focused on colors, detail, a lot of things that have a very Instagram, very positive pop to them, and it's just such a clean looking company. And I really do believe that is a very important thing when you are investing in a company. And let's be honest, and they have a website that is very easy to use. You can go on the company, they tell you about the product individually, loads of information on them. Man, just an awesome website, which is another big plus. And I can't say it enough, just a clean looking company. Now, going back into the stock part of this. Looking at volume here, so obviously last week we had a pretty good week with Sundial here. Wasn't tremendous, but you know, it was something. It did something. It moved. People were moving in and out of this trading shares. So yesterday, Monday, was one of the biggest days Sundial has had in a pretty long time with volume. It's actually the best day it's had all of September, which it almost hit 130 million in volume, with the high right under 74 cents with a bid price. And today we just kind of fell short again. Nothing's really going on. But yesterday too, we saw a little pop in the market. Now, guys, I listen. I can't tell you when Sundial is going to pop here. We are waiting on Sundial to do something more here. We're waiting on bigger news. We're waiting on partnerships. We're waiting on more bigger and better quarterlies. And that's what I've been saying. And now this article is saying that too. So it's obvious what we need from Sundial. We need proof, we need evidence of what they're bringing in financially, what they have, what they're continuing to do as their bread and butter as a company. And I'm going to be honest with you, investing in the cannabis sector is such a big swing right now. It's very dangerous. It's very just, you've got to have patience if you're going to invest in any cannabis company. Because, like I said, this is something that's still not legal everywhere. There's still a little bit of an underground fight with this right now. I do believe cannabis within the next 5 to 10 years will be legalized everywhere, but it's still a battle that's going on right now, and it's still a little bit of a sticky situation, and that is a problem when you're trying to invest full-heartedly in a company that is selling something that's not being able to be bought everywhere right now. So listen, when it comes to Sundial, as an investor, I am very bullish on it, and we could definitely see this go down even more. This could still take a hit here. We've seen Sundial hit the 20-cent range before. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. If I see Sundial go into this 20-cent range again, your boy's going to be loading up here, because I automatically know there's going to be a lot of people that are just plowing money into it, because I don't believe that Sundial is going to be one of these companies that could possibly go under. I think they've just got their stuff together so well that they will move product heavier. They will fall into more partnerships. They will be a cannabis company that does come out of this dust storm right now that we are seeing with the cannabis sector. And just the stock market's not really reacting to cannabis stocks, and cannabis stocks are not really reacting to the market as well. And they're just not in the headlines right now. People are not paying a lot of attention to cannabis stocks right now. Tech stocks, clean energy, and meme stocks are really just the main focus right now. So there will be a time and a place in a season when cannabis stocks come back up into the headlines here, and I really do believe Sundial will be right there in them. So friends, this is what I feel about Sundial. I'm very bullish on them. I think this is one that will be something here in the near future. You're going to have to wait. You're going to have patience. And like I said, we're just waiting on that one big partnership. We're waiting on that one big quarterly, and waiting for that one big hedge fund to maybe plow into SundialGrowers with a big investment here. So these are big things that we need. These are big things that we're waiting on, and they could very well happen here in the future X time. So friends, with all that said, remember, be positive, be you, take time to invest in your future. Guys, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you all here. Talk to you soon, friends. Bye, everyone.